Alrighty, this is Elvin Moy on Sunday, January 20th, about 4:30 p.m. We are getting our way into the first match of the collegiate TESPA season. This is the National League, I believe, and yeah, this is week 1, so IIT today, our Overwatch A team, will be playing Valparaiso, the Crusaders. I've been told that Valparaiso technically is using one of their members is not on the official roster, so they will be forfeiting this match. Illinois Tech does take the win on this officially, but I think both teams are still going to just go ahead, play what they can, get some good practice as they start moving forward in the season in any case, and yeah, we will see how it goes. Just waiting for both teams to get ready and going, but once we do, I'll do my best to try to shoutcast as what's going on and have some good games.
Now entering King's Row. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
So it looks like IIT will be taking the defense on this first point on King's Row. Valparaiso will be on offense, and if we're looking at their comp, we see 2 tanks, 2 healers, and then the McCree and Hanzo for the hits again. IIT meanwhile, similar, both 2 tanks with the Zarya and Ryan. Their 2 healers going to be the Ana and the Lucio. But pretty similar comps overall, but as we're getting this game started, IIT will be putting themselves in a pretty defensive position right here at the gate. So as Valparaiso is starting to make their way inside here, trying to see how they respond to it. So Valparaiso, all members passed here. Zarya trying to use her bolt to see if she can grab any energy, and she's already at about 60% there, so she's already pretty high, getting the first elimination on the McCree, and as Hanzo's able to slip past. Meanwhile, the rest of Valparaiso inside here. Hanzo going to be on Valparaiso's on their backline, going to have to be watching, keeping an eye out for that, but as McCree is getting watched out, he might be able to spot them, getting the flashbang, and able to take down their enemy Hanzo. So pretty good hold on IIT. Pretty good job on the first round, and we're already having the Reinhardt with his first ult.
My ultimate is charging.
So definitely going to be wanting to watch out to see if this Reinhardt's going to be able to get his smash down. So enemy Reinhardt shield pretty low. Getting that down, landing a 3-4 man ult, but gets denied by the Bridget. Nevertheless, still able to kind of push forward, so doesn't get the wombo in, but as IIT's chasing here, trying to see if they can get to Moira. Definitely going to lay them back a bit, but she is able to escape. And so, good stuff on ult economy. I think that was only 1 ult for IIT's side. Hanzo going in with his, Zarya's bubble able to take it in. And Zarya herself is getting pretty close to there. Hanzo's ult is also at the ready, using his together with it, getting at least 3 members of Valparaiso, and IIT here going inside to the hotel to try to see if they can follow it up. Again, IIT with a pretty good clear, so only 2 ults being used on that. Valparaiso looking to see if they can switch things up with a new comp here, going instead for the Orisa as a new tank, but besides that, not too much. Seems like they're trying to see if they can contest their DPS against each other's, but looks like IIT's is a little bit better in this matchup. Both members trying to get where they can, but as they're kind of left out here, or Zarya's going to be able to just get as decent amount of damage, and she's landing on 58% energy right now, so she's up there. Still taking a lot of, absorbing a lot of that damage with level. Almost trying to get that Moira, but trying to see if she can chase after the McCree. Will be taken dangerously close, needing her healers to meet it with her. As they chase the McCree inside. Able to withstand, and McCree here with his own ult on Valparaiso, trying to see if they can get an opening here in this last 30-second push, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that. But Zarya already with her ult again, Hanzo pretty close to his as well, so it looks like Valparaiso will need something short of a miracle to be able to get themselves in here. There, Hanzo's trying to get to where they are, but he's already slept. But again, the synergy from IIT with the Hanzo and the Zarya just proves too much for Valparaiso there. I was trying to see if I could keep up with the McCree, but it looks like she was caught out by honestly, so McCree was not able to land his.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
So with that in mind, IIT will now be on the offensive, and because Valparaiso was not able to get 1 tick off of the first point, IIT seems like they'll have a pretty easy run at it. If as long as they're able to get that 1 tick, they instantly win the game. In terms of team comp, IIT definitely was able to just utilize all of their champs heroes in a solo position like really well. No comments on that.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Looks like Valparaiso is going to be setting themselves up here in the second corner, Orisa shield, Torp turret, so trying to take the advantage here with the high ground. IIT, however, you've got 2 sharpshooters, decent amount of movement with the Lucio, so I'm going to be interested to see how these things play out for them. So Reinhardt going to be second one past the gate. Sorry, you're trying to see what she can grab, but as their turret is first spotted out, already pushing themselves in there, but looks like IIT's already taken what they need to. Hanzo trying to see what he can do, trying to take out the turret, but not really able to get himself in there yet. But it's 1 by 1, they're pretty systematically being able to take them down. One more will be able to take down the D.Va, and that'll take the first tick. Just, yeah, Valparaiso definitely had a hard time in terms of just keeping their team composition and their movement and spacing together. So IIT with a pretty convincing map 1 win. Look at that. That's a 1, 2, 3. Take it back, 4. Alrighty, that'll take it for game 1. So let me update the score for that. Alright, so looks like game 2, map 2 will be taken onto Nepal for the control point. As I guess we'll take a quick break here as we wait for next map to load up.
Traveling to Nepal.
Alright, that was a pretty quick transition. I didn't know how long those teams were going to take, but looks like they've already... Valparaiso not really going for the team briefing, I guess, and decides to just jump right into map 2 as fast as they can. So, yeah, I mean, it just looks like IIT's DPS is just way more efficient. Get good. But overall good stuff. I mean, you have IIT team is relatively young. A lot of these guys are first years and second years, so gonna be exciting to see how this team kind of goes up throughout the next couple of years if they decide to stay together.
Four, three, two, one. Round one. Capture the objective.
I'm getting some lag here. That's unfortunate. An enemy Orisa will be taken out first already, so Valparaiso having a pretty good hold on here, but the Hanzo able to provide a lot of damage there. Roadhog able to do a lot as well. Trying to see how they'll be able to get together back onto here. So Ana already kind of just staying in her corner where she needs to go, taking command of the first point here. Just in terms of numbers, IIT is already kind of taking command of the area, but Genji trying to go and see what he can do. Decent amount of reflect, but Roadhog Cook is able to catch him out, and he'll be chasing him. And IIT will be taking that first point. Roadhog already with his first ult on ready, so pretty fast already showing from IIT, and as they're just trying to stay where they are at this point out here. Gonna be interested to see if the Roadhog's gonna just bust out the his ult anytime soon to try to just see if he can hold him past that door. Definitely gonna be keeping an eye out for that, but his hooks, if he's able to grab one right inside, will definitely be fruitful for them. And we might be seeing that first ult being coming through here. Hanzo ult going to hold them at bay. Oh man. I don't know if it's on my side or is it just because I'm streaming. Sorry about that. If this keeps going on, I might have to just stop the stream. Don't want to risk having to be that bad in front of everyone. Trying to get out where they can, but could be the quality. Roadhog Hook able to take down the Orisa, and this might be the signal for IIT to kind of push back where they can, but Genji able to go through, but gets eliminated. IIT still able to remain relatively healthy, but looks like Valparaiso's, taking it, playing themselves one by one, kind of just going into there, so IIT definitely able to capitalize on that, gets the full reflect, and is able to take out that Orisa straight through. IIT is still remaining there, hold on the door, Roadhog still trying to look for his picks. Valparaiso looking to see if they can flank from the left side. Looks like IIT is calling them on that though. Again, Blade going to be coming in, trying to see with the Ana ult, going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. Takes down their healers first. We see Ana D.Va already taken out the mech, and even with that new positioning, Valparaiso doesn't seem to be able to kind of go at it. And they did go from two different angles, so there is that. And so IIT will take the first map of Nepal here.
Ready or battle. Start.
I'm gonna try to see if I can change any of the settings to maybe see if it's.
Two, one. Round two. Capture the
Reinhardt going to be the first hero, trying to see where he can get through, but Shield already taken to the halfway point, trying to see if he can push himself straight in there, and already clears the Reinhardt off of the point, so looks like they've already been able to single him out. That's already going to be Reinhardt almost at full charge here, so getting a lot of damage in. Going for the 1v1 onto Orisa, so good stuff on him. Oops, that's a dead Genji. Yeah, even though IIT just able to keep their count together, able to isolate the Reinhardt, take him down first, and takes control of the first point here. Valparaiso definitely going to see how they have to try to approach this map, and Reinhardt keeping them at bay, and he already has the full ult, so it's going to be dangerous for them to be able to get in where they can. And Reinhardt will be here to be approaching it first with about the shield already going about halfway down, but first charge already taking them out, and IIT calling them out on it for sure. Hanzo ult in addition. Not sure if that was 100% necessary, but it looked good.
My blade is ready to be unleashed.
Alright, so we got about 50% there in terms of energy, so honestly, she's building it up, and not a lot from there, but oh, the Genji here laying waste to them, but does get eliminated from the Ash Dynamite, and IIT is still being able to maintain decent control of both entrances. Ooh, nice snipper from the Hanzo. Genji trying to see, and from Valparaiso trying to see if he can get in. Climb it up, match him, Hanzo, do it. And they're trying to see where he's coming from, but looks like Hanzo will try to see. Oh my god, McFly, you're nuts. Unfortunately, taken straight back down right into the Winston as well, but Zarya ult is able to land 2-3 members from Valparaiso. Asher's ult will be coming in with Bob. Bob already taking control of the point, so 3 members of Valparaiso, and they're able to capture Valparaiso first with the first punch on here, but members of IIT still relatively alive, and Valparaiso with Reinhardt with his own ult only able to capture the Genji. Definitely does negate Genji's ult there. Ana trying to see what she can do here, but taken pretty low and followed up by the Winston is able to take him out, but the Winston falls, and as Valparaiso is trying to do it one by one as they fall, IIT will be able to take over the second point. Oops, right into the Orisa, and IIT and Valparaiso staggering, trying to see if they can touch the point, but Genji unfortunately not able to get there quick enough, and that will take IIT into winning Nepal as well. And this has got to be the one here at the point, yeah. Let's see it here. Just knocks out all their healers. That was it? I thought he had a decent Earth Shatter earlier when he like already got it full on the before the point opened up even.
Pure class.
Alrighty. So pretty good stuff from IIT here, taking both games pretty confidently. A couple of maybe of the initial approaches before those points opened up in Nepal were a little bit shaky, but in general, good team comps. Looks like they had really good movement in terms of layering their abilities together, who approaches the doorways first and whatnot. But it looks like that'll do it for IIT as they take the victory here, I believe. I don't believe there are any. I don't believe they move into a game 3. So, looks like they're communicating to see if they want to be going for the 3rd map. I'm not too sure. I could definitely go with a break, but you know, I'm here for the team, so if they choose to, looks like they are going to be going for the 3rd map. So they're ready to go. I don't think I'll transition into a break here. Looks like they're pretty much ready to go, so they're just going to be jumping right into it. And this is just kind of how the things are with some collegiate teams, you know. Every esport program has their own kind of level of development, and IIT is kind of like IIT is relatively in the fairly established. We've been existing since about 2013, 2014, so we've been around for about 4 or 5 years, and just this fall we had our this past fall in 2018 we had our esports center built in coordination with a bunch of the IIT administration, and then so you know some schools don't even have their programs built yet. They're still you know, playing from their own room and whatnot, but I know a couple of these members here from IIT do play at the Esports Center actively during their official matches, and I think that's also really good when you have that ability to like talk with your teammate in person right there by you, and you can celebrate your victories, commiserate in your losses together, actively flame each other next door, and yeah, overall a good time. But you know, as esports is continuing to develop, more schools giving out scholarships and whatnot, not going to be surprised to see bigger and better things happening all over. So some colleges are ahead of the curve, others aren't.
5, 4.
So as we're heading here into this is Watch Point Gibraltar, right? I never remember my names, but IIT here will be taking the defense on the first point, electing with only 1 tank and 3 DPS mains. But looks, because IIT I think already has the victory already, they're kind of just going to be going ham, getting as much practice as they can. Enemy Sombra able to get the hack on the Reinhardt, prevents any shielding. Dangerous for IIT since they only have 1 member that has that ability, but it looks like they're going to be going for that drop down, already taking down Orisa. Gets a decent stun on the McCree with the flashbang, but he's going to be trapped inside there, and they're going to be, oh, McCree! They're waiting their time, and this is one of the strategies that I know that everyone talks a lot about in Overwatch in terms of like staggering their respawns. So not only does it take the respawn timers are going to be different for everyone, and that means that the enemy team will have to wait in order to get like a full 6-man. But yeah, IIT doing their job, and the Orisa here being caught out alone with the Zenithorn doesn't do her any favors. But IIT taking pretty low from the Reinhardt, but he's able to keep where he is. But the Sombra again just providing another hack onto the Reinhardt, but looks like they've been able to capture her out. In terms of Watchpoint Gibraltar, in terms of pushing this payload, like I know traditionally this first spend is always the most challenging, but once you usually get down into there, it's usually smooth sailing, I think. But the second bend around is usually what makes it harder. In terms of ults, both McCree and Genji have theirs, so they're going to be trying to see how they can best use them. Pretty decent Earth Shadow from Ryan, and McCree could set them up for that. Valparaiso trying to go from multiple angles here, but Genji just providing the harass where he can. Trying to spot it out, goes for the fire extinguisher, respect. I think they saw that Sombra head out somewhere, so they're going to be keeping an eye out, but Genji's definitely calling out for it. But Genji with his ult going to first on the Zen, able to capture him out. Moira next, 1 more slash, able to get her as well. Ooh, but just enough to be able to almost kill off that Roadhog and bang it out. Don't die, Roadhog! Able to get out. So decent hold from them, but again, the enemy's payload still has not progressed past the that first bend, and IIT is still doing a pretty good job of holding their AD too. Gonna keep an eye out for his Hanzo here as he has just put down his ult, gets an instantly 3-4 man ult, and he calls them on it. No vision. I probably saw it from his team, but Summer trying to go where she can. Hanzo gonna see if he can hunt her out. Looks like they're able to capture her. So not as elusive as you think, but their enemy Hanzo, I mean IIT's Hanzo, doing a really good job there with his ult in order to be able to get at least 2-3 numbers down pretty low. So Valparaiso trying to go in for that last push. Sombra going to be using her ult here, but Ana and Zen trying to see what they can be doing on the top floor, and Zen trying to follow up where he can. Almost, yep, is able to take it out, but is taken down before he's able to use his ult, and it looks like IIT might just be trying to give up this first bend as they can, and then just regroup for the second bend. So Valparaiso at least able to get it under here to tower, but McCree's ult coming up pretty soon. It's going to be looking for it. Taking Orisa's shield still pretty close to done. They're trying to see if they can bust through the shield. It's going to be close. Ooh, only calls out to McCree. Gets a flashbang, able to stop the Roadhog. But Zen ult coming in, able to prevent the Mei's cryo. Alright, pretty much a team kill? Yeah. And looks like good on the Zen to be able to hold off on his ult there. Saving it for that second bend as they as Valparaiso came up around for that, so gives the healing that they need. And as we're approaching the second half of this, IIT will now be on the offense. Valparaiso on the defense. Yeah, pretty convincing fashion. Genji didn't really seem to have too much of an answer for it. Moira, usually I haven't played her enough to actually talk too much about her, but in my experience, like if you have an inexperienced DPS and a really good Moira, they can almost win in any 1v1 situation. It's just so much harass because you have healing and damage provided at the same time. It's always pretty annoying.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so one person I'm going to be definitely keeping an eye out for this matchup is going to be the McFly here. So IIT recently recruited this this new guy here for them, so we're going to try to see how he performs in this. Not really able to land the shots that he needs onto the Reaper, as Reaper's already doing his job busting the tanks open, but both of the hit scans both of the snipers trying to get through there, but Reaper not able to kind of do the damage and kind of exposes himself straight in through that. Orisa landing a decent ult here, but as we're kind of approaching Diva trying to get back into her ult, she's able to, taking down 2-3 members. Mei left alone here, and I don't think she had the iceberg, so leaving the 2 healers, but as IIT just jumps right into the fray, taking down the Mercy and the Ana, and looks like this might be Reaper's last stand as he's trying. Ooh, flying melee, and IIT's already here and has already capped the second point. So yeah, just Valparaiso falling down pretty quickly in terms of what they're trying to do, and looks like they've definitely got a lot of things to be working on for the spring season. In terms of just team movement, definitely saw the Reaper like trying to beat a hero one too many times. Is it just Fan to Hammers that's going to be the play? Oh my God! Reported. Fan to Hammer play the game. Alrighty. So it looks like that'll conclude it then in terms of this first match of the evening. IIT taking the win. Technically 3-0, I suppose. But this is heck of a good start for them as they move on to these next matchups coming up. So we have another matchup coming up later tonight at about 6 p.m. So in about a half hour against Western Iowa Tech Community College. So we'll be back for that. Until then, we'll keep. I don't know if I'll keep the stream running. I think I'll take a pause for now and then take a break and then resume the game. Resume the stream at 6 p.m. So for those watching, thanks for tuning in as IIT starts off their first week in the Overwatch National League. And yeah, catch you guys later.